Hi, welcome back to the second part of this series of videos on web lecturing from quarantine. In this second video, I want to show you the Open Broadcast software, which is an open source piece of software that is very handy to make your recording of web lectures a lot more flexible. And the reason why it becomes a lot more flexible is, for example, because it allows you to capture your screen. This time I'm not capturing my PowerPoint slides directly. I'm just capturing the screen, which allows me to, for example, also include a PDF. You just open up a PDF viewer, set it to full screen, and then you get a PDF on your screen. This also allows me to show you, for example, how I installed OBS. For that, you open a browser, you go to Google, look for Open Broadcasting Software, and it brings you to the obsproject.com page. And from there, you can install OBS on Windows, on Mac, but also on Linux. It's available for all three of the big platforms. Once you've installed it and opened it, you see something that looks like this. At least that's what I hope. In the big center screen, you see what is currently being compiled by OBS as the picture that is going to be recorded. And because I'm already recording and I'm recording the screen, I see a nice recursion going on. Maybe you don't see that immediately if you've installed OBS, because first you need to set up the lower boxes here. I've already done that because, well, what you see is what I am recording currently. On the left, there should be at least one scene. A scene is a combination of media that you're showing at the same time, a combination of sources. These sources are specified in the second tab. In this case, I am capturing audio, and if I double click on that, you can see that I'm capturing the headset microphone that I also told you to use because we need a good quality for the sound. If you use the internal microphone of your laptop, you get very poor qualities. You can look at the previous video for that. The other thing that you have as a source here is the display capture, because I'm capturing the entire display of my laptop. If I have more displays connected to my laptop, then I get a possibility here to choose between different displays. That may be very handy because then you can work on one display for your video, while on the other display you actually show the screen of OBS so that you have better control over what you're doing. I'm making do with as little technology as possible at the moment, so I'm only using one screen. But if you have the chance, I would certainly advise you to use more. Now, in the middle part, you see the audio mixer, and you see this green thing going up and down a lot, which means that actually audio is being recorded. Then on the fourth tab, you see the scene transitions, which means that if I work with multiple scenes, that I will show you in the next video, then we get nice fade outs between switches between these scenes. And on the right, you see a number of buttons that say start streaming. You could also use this to stream directly to YouTube, but I don't have a video on that. You see stop recording because I am already recording. Of course, in your case, you would see start recording. You could press that button and then it starts recording your file somewhere. There is a studio mode for a little bit of editing, I think. And there is the settings. And if you click settings, then there is one very useful thing that you can do, and that's check the hotkeys. I have set up two hotkeys here, Control R for starting and stopping my recording and Control P for pausing my recording, which is very useful because we're actually trying to make a video that you can record in one take. If you have a 45-minute video to record and you don't want to do any editing at the end, well, you better split it up into shorter videos and try to actually record those videos in one go. If you manage that, it saves a lot of time and a lot of hassle afterwards, but it takes a bit of practice. And this Control P key now is very handy because once I run out of lines, if I don't know what to say anymore, I can just press it and well, gather my thoughts a bit. Back to the main screen. Once you've set up this display capture, you should be seeing this recursion Of course, because the screen is capturing the screen is capturing the screen. If you don't see that recursion happening, that means that something is wrong in your display capture. In that case, I really advise you to call our teaching support and ask for somebody who knows about OBS, because OBS is open source and it requires a lot from your laptop. So having the right settings on your laptop and having the right settings of your video card can sometimes make a big difference. Usually it works in one go, but not always. If so, call for help. One of the nice things that you can add as a source is a video capture device, which means I can add my webcam. And yeah, there it is. So now we can finally see one another. And for students, this is very nice because actually they can connect with you when they can see you in the screen. I can drag around this picture from the screen to a place where I like it. And then I could, for example, go back to PowerPoint and finish my presentation here while you can actually see me on the screen. The last thing that I actually want to say is, look, this is the setup still that I am using at my attic at home. I still have the same laptop as in the previous video. I still have the headset on. Well, you could see that now here as well. And there is still this little Quercus who keeps me aware of the fact that I should be smiling at you. Sometimes I forget to look into the camera. You'll notice that it takes a bit of practice to really start recording these videos. One thing that is different from the picture that I showed you in the previous video is the fact that I have a lamp here, because now that I'm actually using my webcam, I also need a bit of lighting. If you have trouble getting that right, well, maybe you leave out the laptop, you leave out the webcam, and you just record from scratch, or you just make do with whatever you can get, because the most important thing is that we get some web lectures out to our students in an efficient way. In the next video, I'll show you a little bit more about that piece of paper that I have under the lamp, because actually I have a secret second webcam installed with which I can record my handwriting, which is very useful if you're actually used to giving lectures on a blackboard.